What's up, everyone, and welcome back to a new video. And today I'm with Dylan, as always.
Yep.
And today, as you can see by the title, we're gonna go through the 2021 free agency period
For the National League.
for the National League. From each team. Now, we might be wondering, well, who cares? It's opening day or it's opening week. Well, who cares? I care. But before we get into the content, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more content, as we're trying to make this channel grow. Would like to reach 200 subscribers by the summer, so that'd be pretty cool. But anyway, let's get into our first team. So the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Wait, aren't we doing the Dodgers first?
Whoops, I had the Diamondbacks pulled up. My bad. Hold up. Change of plans. I did not. Okay. Dodgers. My update.
Dodgers, chance we'll give them the first. We'll see what they did.
Okay. So
Their
now,
first move actually did quite a bit.
yeah, that's why I'm like, oh my god.
They did 5 minor league signings. Jimmy Nelson, Brandon Morrow, Carlos Azuchi, Brock Stewart, and James Pazos.
Yep.
Potential good signs, I guess.
And they also traded for Corey Knebel for future considerations, whatever that means. And yeah, Jimmy Nelson, minor league deal. Who else did you say? I was trying to keep up.
Well, they re-signed Blake Trinan, 2 years, $17.5 million. Tommy Clan, or however you spell his name, signed a 2-year, $5.25 million with the Dodgers. Of course, you got Trevor Bauer with 3-year, $102 million.
God.
Player options in 2022 and 2023.
Corey Knebel signed a 1-year, $5.25 million contract to avoid arbitration.
Yeah.
Cody Bellinger signed a $16 million contract to avoid arbitration. Enny Romario signed a minor league deal. Dylan Floro signed a 1-year, $975 million oh my god, a 1-year, $975,000 contract. 900 million. Oh my god. No, 900.
Trades, I believe he got traded.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, will re-sign. They signed Matt Davidson to a minor league deal. And just recently they signed Steven Souza Jr. to a minor league deal a few days ago. So yeah, Dodgers did pretty good, I think.
They also re-signed Corey Seager to a 1-year, $13.75 million contract to avoid arbitration. Yeah.
They got 2 trades. Like you said, Corey Knebel. I believe Dylan Floro was traded as well to the Marlins.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was traded to the Marlins for 2 prospects. Toronto acquired Ross. Wait, wasn't that a trade deadline move? Ross Stripling to Toronto.
I think so.
It says February 23rd. I don't know, whatever.
I have no idea. But then.
Well, anyway, Dodgers, in my opinion, get an A+. They added depth and.
Yeah, and they still had a lot of money to sign Justin Turner to a 2-year, $34 million deal.
Yeah, they get an A plus for me. They lost a few guys, but they regained it back with minor league deals, and they also got Trevor Bauer, and they re-signed Justin Turner. So yeah, they get an A plus from me.
Yeah. So the Arizona Diamondbacks, they didn't do much at all. Signing some guys to minor league deals like Jamie Ritchie and Christian Lopez to minor league deals. But they added some depth with catcher Carson Kelly, pitcher Luke Weaver, and pitcher Caleb Smith on 1-year deals. Um,
Those from the Paul Goldschmidt deal or whatever.
January 15th, 2021. I don't know. Oh, they're all avoiding arbitration. Okay, my bad. Um, those were to avoid arbitration. My bad. Um, uh, they signed Chris Davinsky to a 1-year, $1 million deal. They signed Joakim Saria to a 1-year, 3.5. Asdrubal Cabrera to a 1-year, 1.75 million. Tyler Clippard, 1-year, 2.25 million. Yeah, a bunch of just minor league deals and 1-year deals.
They actually signed Anthony Swarzak to a minor league deal. He was a former Brewer.
Yeah, Swarzak, one minor league deal. I mean, see.
Yep, that's why I gave them. That's why I give them. They did some solid signings potentially. Maybe they get lucky, make a wild card run, having them veterans could maybe lead to a playoff run. You never know. That's
Yeah.
the thing with baseball. Anything can happen in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So the Miami Marlins are next on. So they made a couple of signings. They re-signed Brian Anderson, 1-year, 3.8, avoiding arbitration. Um, signed a bunch of guys to minor league deals. They signed a bunch of guys, re-signed a bunch of guys avoiding arbitration. They signed Anthony Bass to 2 years, $5 million. They traded Jordan Yamamoto to the Mets for Federico Polanco. I butchered that name.
You went Marlins.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing it by division, but okay.
Oh, my bad. I just clicked on it. Okay, whatever. Moving on. We'll just do the Marlins now. Adam Duvall signed a 1-year, $5 million. They added some depth. Yeah. I'll give them a solid C plus, C minus, or like C minus, because they added some depth, but honestly, they didn't really. For a team that made the playoffs, they didn't really do much.
Yeah, they didn't exactly do a lot. I mean, they got Duvall and Anthony Bass, but it was like Ross Detweiler, but not very much. Yeah, I'd give them a C.
Yeah. All right, back to the division. My bad. I didn't mean to go off topic. So the Padres, they did a lot. They made a lot of moves, and they made some moves that impact their team for the next 10 to 15 years. To be honest with you. So it all starts back when they re-signed or gave an extension to Fernando Tatis Jr. to a 14-year, $340 million contract extension with the Padres. That is a franchise-changing contract, and it could potentially bite them in the butt within the next decade, but for now, it's going to be an awesome contract for them to lock up their young stud. So he'll never be a free agent ever.
That was a good decision. They actually extended AJ Preller, their GM, so
Yeah, I actually just saw that now. They signed Jerickson Profar to 3 years, $21 million. They signed Mark Melanson 1 year, $3 million. And now we can get into the bigger trades. I think they made a lot of trades. Good God.
yeah, they signed Taylor Williams, so that's depth there. They did some smaller moves like that, like Keon Kila, Mark Melanson.
They traded,
and then they did the big trades, of course.
There's a lot of trades here. Oh Jesus. So where's that deal? Okay, so they traded for Yu Darvish. They for Zach Davies and prospects. They signed Ha Soam Kim from Japan. I'm guessing because I can't pronounce that at all. To 4 years, $28 million. I don't know. Okay.
He's supposed to be pretty good.
They traded for Blake Snell. For Luis Patino, Francisco Mejia, Blake Hunt, and Cole Wilcox. And then they traded for Victor Caratini apparently. Oh wait, this is a part of the okay.
Yu Darvish deal, yep.
Yeah. So they made a lot of moves. Yu Darvish, Blake Snell. Yeah. A lot of depth in the pitching for sure.
With New York, the Mets got Joey Lucchesi, Pirates got prospects, and then Padres get Joe Musgrove. They get an A plus from me. They locked up their franchise player in Tatis Jr. That probably been like an A plus alone, and then on top of that, they made some big trades with pitching, and they did a couple solid relievers they signed too.
They also they extended their GM too, who's been doing a lot of good moves for them too.
Definitely an A plus from me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but
duh, A plus. I think I agree with you. I think getting your franchise guy locked up for the next 15 years is pretty amazing for me. I mean, yeah. The Giants, they
actually did a decent amount of moves.
yeah.
Them now actually did some. They signed Matt Whistler, pitcher. I know him. Dominic Leone to a minor league deal. Some depth for pitching. Anthony DeScalfani, John Breva, Kirk Casale. Oh, hey, Jay Jackson to a minor league deal. I remember him a few years ago at the Brewers. Alcantara to a minor league deal. Okay. Alex Wood, 1 year, $3 million. Okay, they actually did some decent moves. Tommy LaStella,
Tommy La Stella, and then Alex Wood.
3 year, $18 million for LaStella. I like that deal. I was actually hoping the Brewers would look at him.
Jake McGee, 2 years, $5 million. Aaron Sanchez, 1 year, $4 million.
Scott Kazmir I believe he was a former All-Star. They got him on a minor league deal.
They claimed Jordan Humphrey off waivers.
They got Justin Bourne on a minor league deal. I actually don't mind their offseason. They actually did some really nice deals. They didn't overspend, but they built a potential nice team there with minor league deals of solid players potentially. I like their offseason. Did they do any trades?
I
Trying
don't.
to see if
I don't think so. I was getting ready for the next team, so I went.
they do. Well, technically two, but they're kind of minor, so they weren't really anything important. I'd probably give their off season probably a B minus.
Yeah, C plus, B minus for me.
They did pretty good, I think.
Yeah, adding depth is always nice. Um,
Arizona, right? Or are we going to Colorado?
Colorado.
Okay. Not much to say there, I don't think.
No, you could just say Colorado and then just.
I mean, let's look at their sign. I mean,
they signed Luis or they signed Chacin to a contract March 31st. Boom. um,
CJ Cron on minor league deal. I think that was actually a low key good signing. He's been, I think, one of the more underrated first basemen the last few years.
yeah, Ian Desmond he opted out for the season.
AJ Ramos.
But then we get to the big one. The Rockies sending Arenado to the Cardinals for Austin Gomber, Mateo Gill, Ellie Harris, Marturno, Tony Losi, and Jake Somers. Okay. Who are these five guys? Did they just go to Walmart? Did they just go to Walmart and say, "I pick you"?
Yeah, I don't think there's much to say. They get enough. Sorry,
Yeah.
Rocky fans, but you trade away. You could probably say your best player in franchise history for not very much.
For five guys we've never heard of or probably will never hear of again. Unless
and he also owe like $50 million in the deal too.
that too.
You guys, Rocky's getting half. Bottom line, they yeah, they traded away a franchise player for essentially peanuts. They have potential, of course, but it's unlikely they all hit.
yeah.
Guys.
I agree.
Right.
I agree with you on that. We're gonna go to the Atlanta Braves.
You mean the Diamondbacks?
Son of a bitch! I thought we did them.
Oh wait, we did that. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say we did them.
That one's my bad.
I was gonna say don't confuse me because I'm.
I forgot before. Then you went to the Marlins or whatever. Let's go to the Braves.
yeah. So they re-signed Max Fried to 1 year 3.5 and AJ Minter to 1 year 1.3 to avoid arbitration. They signed Sean Kazmir to a minor league deal. Darren Gonzalez to a minor league deal. Pablo Sandoval minor league deal.
Sandoval actually just smacked a home run or something, so he's starting off pretty good.
Yeah, and then they re-signed their big gun Marcelo Zuna to 4 years, $65 million. He had a breakout year last year after signing like a 1-year deal with them. The Brewers were actually interested in him, but obviously they didn't get him. They
Charlie Morton, I really like that signing. One of the better postseason pitchers for a team trying to win a World Series. That's good.
they re-signed, or they got Jason Kipnis on a minor league contract. They re-signed Dansby Swanson, 1
They
year's.
just got rid
Sorry.
and Blam.
Yeah.
Kipnis and Jake were both just released, I know, so they're
Oh,
not there, but they also, they extended their manager, that's right.
yeah.
Phil Urban, they signed. Okay, Ian Anderson, they had some decent moves there. Did they do any trades?
I'm not seeing any from December. No, they did not.
Nothing major. All right.
Apparently, they signed Drew Smiley to a 1 year, $11 million in November. So, yeah,
They're great on the Braves.
yeah. All right. Well, they added some pitching. They added a couple bats. Yeah, I just saw now that Kipnis and Lamb were not there anymore. They also released C.J. Edwards. I think I mentioned him earlier when I. Okay, whatever. Um, I'll give them like a C plus.
All right, I was gonna give them probably I'll probably give them a B or a B plus because they got Charlie Morton, who I like a lot, and he's been one of the best postseason pitchers, huge part of that Rays team, and then they re-signed Ozuna, add some depth. I like their offseason. I'll give them a B plus.
Yeah, I guess. But we're gonna move on to the New York Mets.
All right, the Mets.
If this phone will ever update. Jesus. We're still in the Braves. Why are we still in the Braves? I clicked Mets.
I'll okay. Well, I'm there, so I'll
Yeah.
start.
You can go.
Okay. They actually did quite a bit. So let's okay, what the heck happened? Now
Oh,
mine's not showing up.
alright, I'm there.
Okay, but still.
Alright. They re-signed Steven Matz to avoid arbitration. They got Jared Robinson on a minor league deal. Um, James McCann, 4 years, $40 million. Um, their
Alright,
GM signed a 4 year contract extension. Jared Porter. Um,
oh, they had a really good off season.
yeah, and then they signed Noah Syndergaard to 1 year, 9.7 to avoid arbitration. But then they made the big splash in free agency. The big one, the Francisco Lindor trade. So
Incorrect.
they trade, or um, so the Indians trade Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco to the Mets for Josh Wolf, Isaiah Green, and Ahmad Rosario. Wow.
And then they extended Lindor just recently. So yeah, they had a very good off season. They also got Joey Lachevy from the Padres, Caleb Joseph, Tajon Walker, Kevin Pillar, Tommy Hunter, Mike Montgomery, Jonathan VR. Jesus. I really like their off season. Jeez.
Yeah, apparently first though, before the extension, they signed Lindor to 1 year, $22.3 million to avoid arbitration on January 15th, and then they gave him the big extension.
They also signed Trevor May to 2 year, $15 million. Jose Peraza would be. Well, I don't think there's much else to say other than they get an A plus. They got a franchise player in Lindor, and they also got a great pitcher in Carrasco, and they got a lot of depth
Yeah, like Jeff McNeil and Pete Alonso,
alongside those guys.
Tajan Walker, yeah.
Alvaro Moore, Aaron Luke, Jose Martinez, minor league deal, Brian Drew. Jeez, yeah, they get an A plus. They had a great off season, no doubt about that one.
Moving on to the
Yikes,
Philadelphia Phillies. What did
Philly,
what did
right?
they do? Well, they released a bunch of guys from March 24th to 28th. But let's see what they did in free agency. They signed Brandon Kinsler to a minor league deal. They signed Chase Anderson to 1 year for $4 million. Hector Rondon signed a minor league deal. Didi Gregorius re-signed on 2 years, $28 million. JT Realmuto signed a 5 year, $115 million extension.
Can do a lot.
Yeah, they signed a bunch of guys to avoid arbitration. Um, but yeah, they made a trade. I think, yeah. Jose Alvarado traded to Philadelphia from Tampa Bay as a part of a 3-team trade. Garrett Clevenger to Los Angeles. Dylan Paulson to Tampa Bay. And yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, they got Brian Kinsler, Hector Rondon. Okay, I guess they did a little bit more than I originally thought. Jose Alvarado. Okay, they actually had a decent off season, I guess. I'd probably give them a C plus, B minus.
I'll give them a C plus. Yeah, I mean they should have done maybe a little more, but yeah,
They should have probably been a little more aggressive, but they got some nice guys on minor league deals and stuff that could pan out. Oh yeah, they also signed DG Gregorius to a 2 year, $20 million deal. That's right, I forgot about that. So yeah, I'd probably give them a C plus. They did actually a little better than I originally thought, but they didn't exactly do. I think they could have been a little more aggressive though.
a team that was aggressive though was the Washington Nationals.
Oh yeah, they're off season.
Yeah, they had a aggressive off season.
I like their spot.
They signed Kyle Schwarber to 1 year, $10 million. They signed Javi Guerra to a minor league deal. Howie Kendrick retired from professional baseball. Um, they
They're off season.
they traded for Josh Bell for Eddie Yean and Will Crow.
They signed Josh Harrison, Yasmani Tomas to a minor league deal. Luis Avia in minor league deal. Wellington Castillo to 1 year, like nine, some cheap deal.
John Lester 1 year, $5 million. Hernan Perez signed a minor league deal.
Ryan's in the veterans back. They signed him. Brad Hand, that was a great signing, in my opinion. Blake Schweihart, minor league deal. Alex Avila, Grotto Parra, minor league deal. Jordy Mercer, TJ McFarland. Jeez.
Well,
They did
TJ McFarland got released.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah, it says on the top, March 28th, he got released. So
They also just recently signed not long ago Kyle Lobstein to a minor league deal. Trade for Josh Bell.
they did a lot.
I really like their offseason a lot. They added a lot of good depth, I think, and they also added a young, I think, potential star there in Josh Bell. I really like their offseason a lot.
Yeah, I'll give them.
Oh yeah, they also got Ryan Harper from the Twins or Hunter McMahon. I think I'd give the Nationals an A or an A plus.
Yeah,
And Arban Schwarber, they got Josh Bell for only two prospects, and I like Josh Bell a lot. And they added a nice veteran pitcher and last year and a bunch of depth. Solid
yeah.
depth too. I like their offseason a lot. I think they even get an A+ from me.
Yeah,
they, I think what they had to do. Now it's just can they play together and get the job done.
I agree with you on that. I agree. Um, but another team that honestly wasn't aggressive. I mean, they were aggressive. Oh my god, in minor league signings, but they weren't at first aggressive in the free agent market, and that is our team in the Milwaukee Brewers, who signed a bunch of guys to minor league deals to begin the year. Obviously, re-signing players for arbitration. Um, a bunch of guys, yeah. Um, so their first real move would have to be um, Colton Wong, 2 years, $18 million. Jordan Zimmerman, minor league deal.
Our first signing was Luke Maley or whatever. Remember him?
Yeah, we signed a bunch of guys to minor league deals.
Zach Green.
Yeah, Dustin Peterson, Hobie Miller or Milner. Dylan Cozens was actually pretty decent in spring training for a little bit. Um, he could
Right.
be he could be a potential guy to call up once like September comes in when they expend the rosters.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't know.
Chase Peterson on a minor league deal. Daniel Robertson, Lane Hardy, minor league deal.
Pablo Reyes, Timmy Lopez.
Yeah, and then obviously, like you said, they did two good size moves there in Cole Wong and Jackie Bradley Jr.
Yeah.
uh,
Um.
what else? Oh yeah, Travis Shaw came back on a minor league deal. They re-signed Brett Anderson. Did a few more, I think, decent minor league deals with Brad Boxberg and Jordan Zimmerman.
They also traded for Derek Fisher
Oh yeah, we did that trade.
for cash considerations and player to be named later.
Any other trades that we did? I'm trying to remember.
No, I think the rest is just like re-signing a bunch of players to arbitration contracts or whatever to avoid arbitration.
Yeah, we also trade Corey Knebel to the Dodgers.
Yeah, but I think that might just be our off season. Now, obviously, you might be thinking, well, they barely did anything. Well, you're wrong. We didn't really need to do much. Like, I don't know, but I'll give us a B plus, B plus, something like that.
Yeah, I'd probably give the Brewers a B or a B+. That seems like a fair grade. I think we had a pretty good off season looking at it now.
At first, I thought we were gonna get an F because we weren't doing anything except signing 10,000 players to minor league deals. But
Yeah, I'll give the Brewers a B or a B+. Yeah, they kept Brett Anderson a solid veteran starter, and they added some good players in Wong and Bradley Jr. Shaw looks good so far.
yeah,
Minor league, a steal and some depth. I'll give the Brewers a B, B+.
a team that isn't gonna get a B or a B plus from me is the Chicago Cubs because they they didn't do much. Um, they traded Yu Darvish and Victor Cantini to the Cubs, Padres. We already went over this trade earlier. Um, they signed Matt Duffy to a minor league deal. Matt Demody to a minor league deal. Um, yeah. Signed a bunch of guys to 1 year deals to avoid arbitration. And they got Jock Peterson and Trevor Williams. and Andrew Shafnan, I guess. And they signed Jake Arrieta too. So I mean, Pedro Strop to a minor league deal.
Oh,
It's,
yeah, Trevor Woods, Andrew Chafflin, Jake Marisnik. I mean, they did some moves, but
yeah, and then they got Tony Walters to a minor league deal. Did I? I feel like I said that name earlier.
I don't know. But yeah, they traded away Darvish. They lost. Yeah, they definitely didn't do the greatest this offseason.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
give them a C minus.
I'd probably give them a D plus.
But a team that's gonna get a higher grade, the St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh yeah, they definitely did good or better for sure.
So they made the trade. They traded Dexter Fowler to the Angels for cash considerations. Um, but yeah. Then they made the major trade. Okay. Nolan Arenado. No. Oh God, I can't speak. Nolan Arenado to the Cardinals for Austin Gomber, Mateo Gill, Montero, and Losi and Summers. We already went over this trade, but
Uh-huh.
whatever. They got back Adam Wainwright, and yeah, they also got back other players. Jordan Hicks on arbitration.
They actually didn't really do a lot other than Arenado trade. It's mostly
Yeah.
their own guys. I just noticed that now. They really didn't do it like anything. I mean, they signed Tyler Webb.
Didn't they already have him? I don't know.
I don't remember, but
They got
yeah.
Molina back.
I mean, they got Nolan Arenado though, so yeah, they essentially got Nolan Arenado for next to nothing. They got an A for that alone.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
All right, I think we can move on from them now. They get an A. They got Nolan Arenado for nothing, so that's an A.
Speaking of getting their play or trading their players for nothing, let's go to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh God.
Oh God, yeah, you could just say "Oh God" and then that'll sum up their offseason. So they traded Josh Bell. We already went over the trade. Um, they signed Tyler Anderson to a $2.5 million contract.
Sean Shreve and Brian Goodwin minor league deals. Todd Frazier,
Who got released.
Wright, and Trevor Cahill.
They traded. Wait.
They traded away Josh Bell, Joe Musgrove, and Jamison Tyone to the Yankees. While Musgrove went to the Padres, Bell Nationals, and then Jamison Tyone to the Yankees. Of course, the Pirates are good, but I'll actually give them a little sympathy, though, for me. They actually, I mean, they kind of did like what the Orlando Magic just did in basketball. They finally hit the rebuild, and they figured out we're not winning. We got some good pieces. Let's trade them. Let's just build up for the future. I did originally have them as an F, but I think I'll give them a D minus.
Yeah, D.
Not much, but I know like you said about the Magic. They should have hit rebuild. Pirates kind of just did the same thing and
Yeah.
thought about it, like, you know what? I'm gonna give them a D minus.
Yeah.
They finally rebuild. I'll give them credit for that. Of course, they didn't really do anything, but they're in rebuild, so that's kind of fine. They're building for the future, so I'll just give them a D minus.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. They basically should have done this a while ago. And then the last team, Cincinnati Reds. right? I mean,
They basically stopped.
yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the last team.
Yeah, we did the Brewers, Cardinals, Cubs, and not the Pirates. So yeah, the Reds, and we already did the both the leagues. So yeah, this is the last one of part one.
Yeah.
And do anything other than lose Dollar and sign Sean Doolittle.
I'm trying to find out if they also did anything else. They basically signed a bunch of players to 1-year deals that avoided arbitration, and that's like about it. Uh, they traded or they got Hector Perez for cash from Toronto. Uh,
They quit on a minor league deal. That's not bad. D Gordon. Wait, is D Gordon still there, or did they? Or
no, they were if they at the top it says they released them.
okay.
Uh, yeah, Sean
Regard-
Doolittle, 1 year, 1.5.
That's basically all they did, though.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I mean, they did make another trade. Um,
You lost.
Sionel Perez for Luke Berryhill. Wow, that's gonna change the league.
Yeah, and then they lost Trevor Bauer. I think they get enough.
I agree
they
with you on that,
they
but
lost the Cy Young winner, and they didn't do anything other than just basically sign Sean Doolittle. They get enough from me, and I think that'll do it for the first part, right? Of
yeah,
this
that's
one.
gonna be it. Comment down below what you think your grades are for each team, but make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys next time, or we'll see you next time. Peace.